Hi, my name is Jess. Welcome to my channel. This is my inaugural video, sort of. I started this years ago, and I just kind of let it go, but I think I'm wanting to get back into it again and see where it takes me, so here I am. So for my first video, I'm going to show you like my go-to everyday simple eyeshadow look, okay? I am not a makeup artist, all right? So if I can do this, you can do it too, okay? It's really simple, really easy, and I think that you really like it. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do before I put on any eyeshadow is prep my eyelids, okay? This is really important. If pretty much for anybody, but especially if you are an oily skin girl like me and your lids get like really oily throughout the day, prepping your eyelids will make the world a difference. It's like that one little extra step that will really help your eyeshadow last longer and look better too. So what I do is I already kind of prime my eyes. You can either use concealer or an eye primer. I used a concealer, and now I'm going to take just translucent setting powder, whatever one that you use. I wouldn't use one that has pigment in it just because you don't want to put more pigment on your eyes. I would just use a translucent one. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that and just a big fluffy brush, a little bit. You don't go overboard, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of that and just kind of lightly powder my eyelids, okay? So this is going to do two things. First of all, it's going to help to keep the oils at bay, you know what I mean? It'll help to reduce the oiliness of your eyelids throughout the day, which will help your eyeshadow last longer. The second thing it's going to do is it's going to help you blend your eyeshadow much better. Before I learned this trick, my eyeshadow blended okay, but not the same way that it does now that I've learned that trick about powdering your eyelids. Makes a world of difference, because I mean, if you think about it, you're taking away the wetness and stickiness of that primer or concealer or even just your bare eyelid when you put that powder on. And if you don't do that, what's going to happen is you dip your brush into shadow and put it on your lid and it's going to stick. Makes sense, right? Just think of like putting like flour or like some sort of powder on a wet surface. It sticks, right? And it's harder to blend. So if you put a little bit of that powder over your eyelids to take away some of that wetness, it helps to blend your eyeshadow a lot easier, okay? So let's check. So I am going to use this palette. This is Morphe Neutral Territory, if I can talk. I like this palette a lot. I use this all the time. It's really nice. Some really nice colors, and the shadows are really good. So for this eyeshadow look, I only use two colors. That's it. You can do like super complicated eyeshadow looks, and I do that quite often, if I'm being honest. But if I'm just like wanting something quick and easy, you don't really need all that much, okay? So I'm going to use two colors out of this palette. You want to pick for this like a lighter color and a darker shade, okay? So I'm going to use, let's go with these two. I'm going to use, this color and that one, okay? All right. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I will take a big fluffy brush. Okay, so for this, you want to have like 3 brushes. You don't need to spend a fortune on brushes, okay? You just don't. I mean, you can if you want, and I'm certainly not against it, but you don't need to. So these are the 3 I use for this. So I use a brush that looks like this, big fluffy blending brush, a fluffy brush, but not as fluffy, okay? So this is a little denser, and then a brush that looks like this, like a really dense, thin brush for my lash line, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my big fluffy brush, this guy, and I'm going to pick up this lighter color, this one, okay? I think it's called, let's see if I can find the name. I feel like these hopefully they correspond where they should be on the on the back of the palette. I'm not quite sure if it's like directly on the back or what, but I think that color is called Promise, okay? But whatever it's called, it's this one, okay? All right, so I'm going to pick up some of that on my brush. And when you're doing eyeshadow, you always want to tap off your brush like this. See? Tap it off, tap off the excess, okay? And now I'm going to look straight down into my mirror, and hopefully you can see this. I don't know. Yeah, I can't even zoom, guys. This is, like I said, this is like, I'm a newbie, okay, to be honest. So, I'm not like, I don't have all like the special recording equipment and everything, but I do the best I can. Hopefully you can actually see it. That's my goal, all right? So anyway, I'm going to look straight down into my mirror, and I'm going to start to blend that right into the crease in my eye. So this is where you can kind of personalize it. You can kind of map the eye look however is more flattering to you. Makeup is so personal. It's so, that's why I love it. Like, it's just about like bringing out the best of what you got. You know what I mean? It's about enhancing your natural features and what makes you look good and feel good. So for me, I personally like a more lifted eye, so I like to take my eyeshadow and kind of like wing it out toward my temple. So that's what I'm going to do. If you like a more rounded eye look, then instead of bringing it out here, you would bring it down, okay? Like round. Got me? All right, so I'm going to look down into my mirror, and I'm going to blend starting right here, right into the, let me get closer, you can see it. There you go. Right into the socket of my eye right here. And I have something to keep in mind. The first place you put your brush is going to have the most impact, the most pigment, okay? So I want right here to be darker, so I'm going to start here and blend out. And I'm going to blend it right into my crease. You see that? Oh, it's not bad. Hopefully, eventually I'm putting out good vibes that this, my YouTube venture takes off, and, then I can start to invest in better recording equipment. But right now, I'm just using my phone, because that's what I've got. Alright, so, like I said, I like to, bring my eyeshadow out, just to give me a lift, because I'm knocking on the door of 40. I'm 38, so I need all the lifting I can get right now. So I personally like to do this. So I'm going to take, once this is blended, I'm going to start to bring this out toward my temple, just like I said, to give that little bit of a lift. And then just kind of blend it out all over your lid. And one of the, a big tip I can give you with eyeshadow is blending, okay? It's just nature of the beast, okay? If you want your eyeshadow, you can just, there are things that you can just throw on and go, like this. Where is it? This. If you want, and I'll do a video about this too, believe me, because I am in love with this. This is from Revlon. This is drugstore. Like if you just want a one and done eyeshadow look, pop the sucker on, blend it out. You're done. You're good. Gorgeous, okay? So you can do that, but I'm just saying that if you want the best results from your eyeshadow or any makeup in general, blending is key. You have to take the time to blend it out, or you're not gonna end up liking the results. Okay, so I want to deepen this up a little bit. So I always start with a little bit and then work it up to be the amount that I want. Like, you never want to just come in here and go full ham, on your eyes, because you could end up putting way too much on, and then it's really hard to take it off. In fact, I don't even know how. I don't even know how you would. I mean, you can blend it out and everything, but if you put on way too much, it's just not gonna, you're not gonna like it. Okay, so start with a little bit at a time, work it up, and then you'll like the results much better. So, and also, because I do have slightly hooded eyes, not full hooded, but there's a little bit of hood there. When I do this, when I blend into my crease, I bring that shadow up just slightly above the hood of my eye so that, you know, you can see it. That's always good, right? You don't want to take the time to do this and then not be able to see your eyeshadow, right? Okay. Put that on the lid. Oh, if you could, please give this video a like. If you watch this far and you're liking this, hopefully you do, please give me a like and a comment. Say hi. I want to know who you are, where you're from. Keep it positive, please, because I'm all about positivity and good vibes. So try to keep it positive. Although I do respect other people's opinions too, and I'm, like I said, I'm not a professional. I just, you know, I've learned a lot and that sort of thing, and I just want to share it with the masses, you know what I mean? All right, so that's good and blended. So now I'm going to take that same color, same brush, again, tap, tap, tap. Tap off the excess so then you don't get a lot of fallout and it just, you don't put too much eyeshadow on. It's just a tip, okay, to keep in mind. So now I'm going to look up. I use my mirror to help me as a guide because it gives me something to look up at, you know. So I hold my mirror up like this, look up, and bring that color under your eye. Again, making that shape. There. See? Now we do the other eye. Actually, I think it might make more sense to do it this way. I'll just do this whole eye. See, I'm learning as I go. I'll do this whole eye and then do this one and then you'll be done. Okay, so you want to see the same thing twice? I'm learning. All right, so now I'm going to take this guy, this flat, like, I think it's like a liner brush. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm going to take any brush that looks like this, that has that flat edge on it and it's dense, would work. So you don't need this exact brush. Just any brush like this. Elf makes good brushes, Real Techniques makes good brushes, and they're affordable. So, you know, this is a Morphe brush, which is also not too expensive, but I mean, just pick a brush that works and you're good, okay? So now I'm gonna go into that darker color, this guy, this one right here, this dark color. Okay? I think that one is called Open Mind. Okay, so I'm going to go into that color. Tap, okay. And now I'm going to look down to my mirror again, except now I'm really going to pack this onto my lash line. Just to give a little depth. Now, if you wanted to add another color, I want to keep this really simple, you know, so I don't want to throw too many colors at you, but if you wanted to add another color in, you could after this step, just to, like an even darker shade, just to give it even more depth. But today, I just want to do something simple. So I'm really going to pack this on, though. And kind of flick it up. And then because I do want to keep that upward angle, I'm going to take this brush and kind of go, you know, make myself a little bit of a wing. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this on to my lower lash line. And now for this, I don't personally like to bring this color all the way under my lower lash line. I kind of bring it just like, I go like a quarter of the way in, even halfway in. Okay. Now I'm just going to connect it. All right, now I'm going to go in with this brush with nothing on it, okay? Something looks like this. And now I'm going to go in and blend this up my lid, okay? And then look up into my mirror again and blend out the lower lash line. So it just looks nice and soft. See? So now I kind of want to deepen this up a little bit. So this is where you can customize it. Like if you just want to leave it like, see? Even that looks nice, right? Simple. But I kind of want to deepen it up just a little bit. So I'm going to add more of that the same brown that I've been using. And just keep doing the same thing until you get to the depth that you want and the look that you want. Now, if you wanted to add to this, you could add one of these shimmer shades to the lid, and that would look really nice too. If you want to add just a little bit more spunk. But today, it's not that kind of day. I'm gonna go make. I told my grandpa I'd come make him supper, so that's my plan for the day. So I have to go get groceries and go do that. So I really don't need a whole lot on. I just want something on, you know. A little bit more. And we blend. Oh, I thought I almost got an eyelash in my eye. That would be awesome. See me cry on camera? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, see? See how easy that was? I'm done. That's it. You know, that's all you need. And you can amp this up if you want. But you don't have to, like I said. So I'm gonna go do this eye so I match, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, all done. Oh, I love this. Isn't this pretty? I love that. It's so simple too. Like I said, 2 colors, a few brushes, you're good. That's all you need, okay? So I'm gonna finish this off with a little bit of mascara, but first I'm gonna curl my lashes. Sometimes I forget to curl my lashes, to be honest with you. But I've been trying to get better at remembering because I personally think it makes a difference. So I'm gonna give my lashes a little bit of a curl first. And be careful, I have actually pinched my eyelid before. Not recommended. It hurt so bad. Oh my god, my eyes were watering like a waterfall. So, just be careful. You do not actually get your skin, okay? Alright. Now, I'm going to use the Fenty Hello Thick mascara. I love this mascara because it is like the name says, Hello Thick. They're not lying. But it does smudge a little bit, so you just have to be careful. Just make sure you powder your under eyes really well, and then you should be okay. But I don't know. It's okay. I like it for the look it gives, but the smudging isn't exactly my favorite thing. But here we go. So I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara. I'm not much of a falsies girl. Like, I don't do false lashes a whole lot. I want to try them, but I just think that, like, personally, I do have like longer lashes naturally, so I don't really need them. Doesn't mean that I won't give them a try someday, but it's just something that I never really felt was necessary for me. So, for mascara though, there's the trick. Hopefully I don't get mascara all over my eyelids, because I do tend to make a mess sometimes. But this is how I do my mascara. So I look down into a mirror, like straight down, and then go at the very, can you see what I'm doing? Hopefully. Go at the very end, base of my lash, create a little bit of tension, and pull up, okay? I think that's how you get the most benefit from your mascara. See? And like I said, this is insane how like intense and insane your eyelashes look with this formula. And normally I like to do 2 coats of mascara, but with this one I really don't. I mean, you don't need it. One is fine. One is more than enough. So, all right, let's do the other side. Again, go at the base of your lash, create a little bit of tension, and pull up. And I like to look down into a mirror just because it helps me not like blink every time I put my mascara on, and it just helps me to avoid getting mascara all over my eyes, which I still do a little bit, but it's a lot less if I do this. Holy cow, look at that. Every time I put this mascara on, I'm like shook, straight up shook, because that's insane. Okay, so and I like this thin little brush. I'm not a huge fan of like super thick brushes because then it's hard to get your bottom lashes. And I mean, some people use a different mascara for your bottom lashes, but I'm like, why do that? Why would you want to do that? I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm like, I am fine with just using one. So, that is ridiculous. I might have to grab a spoolie though, because it's almost like too intense for the bottom. Like I said, I give this mascara personally like a 7 or 8 out of 10. It gets up to 7 or 8 because of that, like because of the intensity, but it's kind of messy, honestly. That is crazy. Okay. Actually, my absolute favorite mascara of all time is this Makeup Geek lash extension, but unfortunately for the world, Makeup Geek is no longer. So I don't know if you can get this. Like a few months ago, you could, and it was like insanely cheap, like $2 or $3 for a mascara, and I bought like 4 of them. So I do have a lot of these, but I wanted to show you a mascara you can actually get for sure. All right. But if you can get your paws on this, I recommend it highly. It's like the most gorgeous everyday mascara on the planet. So I love it. All right, so there you have it. Simple. Could not be easier. Everyday eyeshadow look. Insane. Just to kind of go over what I did, I only used 2 colors. Just a light, you don't need this palette specifically. Any lighter shade and darker shade will work. Okay, you could do color. You could like do a lighter like color. You don't have to use neutrals. Just customize it for yourself. So yeah, I used this and this to create just a nice simple eye look. And you can bump this up if you want to. You could add like a shimmer on the lid. You could darken it, like add like a darker color to the inner corner. So this is very customizable too. Like if let's say Magic Land where I have plans tonight, which I don't. But if I did, then all I would do then is throw a little deeper shade in this outer corner, blend it out, and good to go. Maybe a little shimmer, maybe a little sparkle, depending on my mood. So it's very customizable too. So there you have it. There it is. My first video that I'm taking seriously, if that makes sense, is in the books. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments down below. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, that would be fabulous. And there you have it. Look forward to more videos from me. I want to focus primarily on makeup because that's what I love. But I mean, there's a whole world of beauty out there that, you know, just waiting to be discovered. So anyway, I will catch you later. Have a great day.